Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so today we're going to talk about two subjects which really are almost one. They're very, very close and connected. So the first one we're going to talk about is there's a lot of advice going around. It sounds good. It looks good on the surface level, but it's horrible. It's ruining dating and relationships between men and women. It's just ruining everything. It's making things really, really toxic, and I have a really good example I'm going to show you in a second here. So the second part of this is I'm going to give you some really solid advice based off of this, and I'm sure that the moment I say it, you're like, yep, that's true. So here's the deal. Here's where it's coming from. There are people called avoidants. Now, if you haven't heard of what an avoidant is, I highly recommend you watch some videos on avoidant behavior, because if you get caught up in it, it may not be as bad as narcissist abuse, but it'll rip your heart and soul out, and you'll probably never want to date again. Now, here's the deal. These are really, really screwed up people. They are good people. They have good hearts, but they were so hurt and damaged in childhood that their defense shield is so impenetrable, it's so thick. They use a lot of tactics which are similar to narcissist tactics, but they don't do it to purposely hurt you. They do it to run away from you. Regardless, they will destroy you. Now listen to the twist. So they'll tell you that avoidants avoid any responsibility. They run away from any form of responsibility. They don't deal with their problems. If there's a communication misunderstanding, instead of talking it out, they run away. They run away and they block. Now, I'm talking about avoidants making YouTube channels saying, hey, here's how you understand your avoidant. Here's how you deal with your avoidant. Here's what you need to do to make the avoidant feel comfortable or to come back. They'll openly tell you almost right off the bat, one of the things avoidants do is they tend to do drugs because they don't want to deal with their problem. They can't stop thinking, and they have bad thoughts, and therefore they do drugs to avoid, their problem. So one of the number one thing about avoidance is they are terrified of opening up emotionally. So here's how you know an avoidant. It's in the name. When they fall in love with someone, or when they even begin to open up emotionally, intimately, they run. They avoid you. So here's what they'll tell you. The number one way to know that an avoidant is in love with you, they run away and they won't talk to you forever. Like, it could be months, it could be forever, it could be a year, it could be 6 months. They'll come back and then they'll do it all over again. And here's the deal. They do not want to talk about deep subjects. They don't want to get emotional. It's all surface level. You dip below the surface, boom, they are gone. They close that door and they ghost you. Now, right before I get to what this video is going to be about, I kind of give you a little bit, but I want to give you this part here. When they were children, essentially their parents basically, I don't know if I want to use the word abuse, but they did. They basically, if they opened up for love from their mother or father, they would get chastised, sometimes beaten, yelled at, told they were weak. So opening up emotionally in that family meant weakness, and that's what they were taught. And they'll even tell you that if you show any form of emotion, like, oh, you're weak, they'll lose all respect for you in a heartbeat. They look down on people that express love, that express emotions. They look down on you. Now, here's the thing. When they start to open up to you emotionally, they're like, oh shit, I'm becoming like the people that I look down upon, and then they run. They avoid. Now, here's the worst part. Ever since they were a child, they wanted to be loved. They are desperately want love more than 90% of the people on the planet, and yet they're completely against it. They have a huge conflict inside. And they do use narcissistic tactics. Because what they're trying to do is, if you're a really confident, comfortable person with yourself, they don't like that. So they're going to cut down your self-esteem. They're going to use some narcissistic tactics, gaslighting, twisting your words. There's another thing they do. It's called fault finding. Now, this was the weirdest experience I'd ever had. I'd been dating this young lady for a long time. Not a long time, sorry, I shouldn't say. It was a fairly short time actually at this point. And it was probably our sixth physical date that we had actually gone out on, and we were walking up and over the hill and going down to this festival, and she kind of like, no matter what I said, she found a way to twist it into, oh, why would you say that, or why would you think that? I'm like, wait, what did you think I said? And they repeat, I'm like, that's not what I said. I literally said the opposite of that. And they're like, you did? I'm like, yeah, I said blah 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 blah. They're like, oh yeah, you did, but you meant this. I'm like, no, I didn't mean that. If I would have meant that, I would have said that. And I remember just thinking, like, God, that's so weird. It's like the third time she's done this to me. And I could see in her facial expression that she realized, like, okay, damn, I don't got him yet. And I remember I looked away thinking, is she looking for a reason not to like me? Then why did she go out with me? I just thought, God, it's so weird. Now, the thing is, I could tell she liked me. I could also tell she was looking for a reason not to like me, which I thought, and I remember going, what is this? So she eventually relented, and we had a great time. We had a great time at the festival. It was pretty amazing, and because actually at that point I thought, I think I'm just going to bite my tongue, get through this experience, and then after that just like, call it quits, because this is not going to work. So here's the deal. These people are looking for a reason to get out of the relationship before they even open up. They're looking for firepower. They're looking for ammunition. Okay? They're not mad at you. Not even trying to be mean. It's that they are so terrified of getting close to someone. They know when it's time to run, I need to have a reason. So they start looking for a reason before you ever did anything wrong. Here's the deal. They don't leave you because you did something wrong. They leave you because they opened their heart to you. And that terrifies them more than anything on the planet. I know it sounds weird. When they open up to intimacy, to love, anything, boom, they're gone. They got to close that emotional door. We don't express emotions. We don't feel emotions. Emotions are beneath us. Shove them down. So essentially what she was doing is what we call fault finding. She was looking for some kind of fault to be like, oh, there's something. Yep, can't date this guy. So when they do start to open up, they have a reason, they're gone, and they can tell their friends, okay, well, here's why. I don't even think it's really to tell their friends. It's really just to justify it in their own mind. Now, again, they're good people, and they don't mean to hurt you. They're just really damaged, and they are emotionally terrified inside. So yelling and screaming at them, it's like you're hurting a damaged child, and that's essentially what's going on inside. They're the opposite of a narcissist in the sense that a narcissist is trying to destroy you. An avoidant is trying to protect themselves emotionally. So a narcissist is going towards you, and avoidant is trying to back away and run away. Now here's the messed up thing about all of this. Avoidants are really messed up people. So here's what they're doing. They're going online, especially on YouTube, making YouTube videos, and they're telling you, the healthy one, here's what you need to do. Here's how you need to change. You're the one that needs to change. You're the one that needs to adjust to our toxicity. Now here's the funny part. None of their videos, and I mean frickin' zero, talk about, hey avoidance, you're fucked up. Here's where you're missing things. Here's where you need to adjust. This is what you need to work on, and you need to go to long-term therapy. Not a single video does this. Now here's what they do. Watch this. They will tell you the fucked up things that avoidants are doing, and then they say, and the way they say it, it's like, well, they do this because they're trying to avoid their feelings, and just so you know, here's what they're going to do. And you need to just understand this is just here's how it's going to be, and here's how you deal with it. When they avoid you, when they ghost you, don't chase them, don't call them, don't text them, don't go after them. The way you get an avoidant to come back is by avoiding the avoidant. I kid you fucking not. And then they say, number one, to get you to be understanding. The reason why they're avoiding you is they're not really avoiding themselves. They're avoiding their own emotions that are coming up because they're opening up to you, which means they're opening up to their own emotions, which is true. And you got to feel sorry for them. Wink, wink. And what you need to understand is basically they're very addictive people. So one of the things they're going to do is a lot of them do drugs. They have a group of friends that they hang out with and that they do drugs with that you probably don't know about. Another thing they do is they tend to be alcoholics and they drink on top of it. And another addiction they have is they tend to sleep around a lot. Now they're doing drugs and alcohol and sleeping around and having sex with all these people is because they're trying to avoid the feelings that they have for you because it's too overwhelming and it's too intense. And you, of course, need to be understanding. Now, the worst thing you could do is to start dating someone else because then the avoidant will get hurt. Just be patient and calm, and what you need to do is you need to rebuild your life and go build a business or go start a hobby and do something with your life while the avoidant is dealing with their emotional issues, having sex with all these other people. I am not fucking kidding. All of them are literally, and the thing is they don't even hide it. They don't even... They kind of do a smoke screen of like, well, what they're doing is they're trying to deal with their emotions by not dealing with them. They're using sex as an addiction to block out, thinking about you. It's just a load of shit. But if you do it, that's over. They're not going to come back. And they're literally telling you things like what you need to do is just be patient and wait. Don't chase them. Just go live your life. Go do your thing. Rebuild your life or whatever. And when they come back, here's how you deal with it. And you gotta, don't say this and don't say that. Don't talk to them about the cheating and don't talk to them about why did they leave. Just act like it never happened. It is the weirdest thing that I've ever heard or seen in my life. Now, for most of you, I would think by the third or fourth, because the first time you hear them talk like this, you're like, wait, what? Because they say, here's the deal. These are avoidants making these videos. They say it with such congruity because they are an avoidant. They're like, well, this is what I do and this is why I do it because, blah, blah, and you're like, okay, so what if that partner of theirs that they ghosted for all these other people, what if that person a month later goes, well, I haven't heard from him in a month, so I'm dating someone else. Like, no, don't do that. It's going to hurt their feelings. Oh, no shit, huh? So here's the deal. If they were just doing it in the YouTube videos, okay, because I would think the average guy after about the 5th or 6th video would be like, yeah, this ain't cutting it. I mean, the more you watch, the more scenarios they bring up. You're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and they're dead serious. They're dead. Like, this is the way you gotta be. And like, fuck that. And here's the thing. At one point, I'm thinking, because one girl goes, I'm getting my doctoral degree in psychology to be a therapist for avoidance. And you're like, so you're getting your, and here's what this is what they always say too. Like, real briefly say, I was an avoidant. And now I'm not. They never mention what techniques that helped them to not be an avoidant anymore. What therapist, what was the therapy trained in. Like, they just briefly say it and I'm not it anymore. They don't even say that they went to therapy for 6 months or 6 years or nothing. Essentially, avoidants are delusional to quite a bit because one of the things they will do is they will make something in their head like, oh, you're a bad guy, you never did it. Nothing at all, but in their mind, they and this is where another step or thing that they do that's very similar to narcissist is it's like they have to have a reason not to be around you anymore. Like, well, I'm not talking anymore because of this, and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? And they're delusional. If you just listen to these people's videos and just listen with a straight face and just really listen to what they're saying and use some common sense. You're going to be like, these people are insane. They're telling people to wait while someone else is, lollygagging around, doing drugs and getting drunk with all these other people, and I'm supposed to just wait for them to come back? Fuck that. Now, here's a little list that I found, and at first, you read it like, oh, okay, I understand, but you're like, wait a minute, this is toxic. A lot of these things are like, they do these little shorts with these like list of 6 things to know about a depressed person or about someone who's whatever, or about an avoidant, and it sounds good, but then I thought, this is toxic. Guess what? It doesn't say it, but this is the way an avoidant thinks. Worse, this is the way they want you to think. I mean, it sounds good because it starts out with, understand this love language. It is a trick. I mean, it sounds like, oh, understand the love language. Oh, okay. Number one, when she pulls away, she's not rejecting you. She's checking if you'll reach for her. Toxic. This is a conditioning and training tactic to get you basically to be put on a fucking dog leash, and I'm not kidding. She's trying to see if she dates other guys and pulls away and doesn't talk to you for a while, that you'll continually chase her. Now that's what women, or it's not even a woman thing, it's a fucked up people thing, an insecure people thing. They want 3, 4, 5 people to chase them, so if the person that they're with rejects them, well, now they can fall back to these people. If somebody is this insecure to pull away without having a conversation with you, run, leave. They are not in love with you. If someone has to pull away from you and say, oh, I've got to think about this, they're not in love. Okay, if you like a girl, like you really, really like a girl, are you going to go, like, I'm just not sure if I'm that into you. No, you're fucking into her. Like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Hey, come on over. Let's go to dinner. Let's have some sex. Let's go to the beach the next day. You want to fucking be with her. Well, guess what? When a girl's really into you, same fucking thing. If you let a girl pull away from you and she says, oh, I'm just not sure. I got to think about things. Things are going too fast. Say, cool. Take all the time. Take all the space for the rest of the universe. You need time? Have all the time for all eternity. You need space? Take all the space of the universe. I'm serious. Number one, I'm telling you, if you ask a woman to marry you and she goes, oh, I got to think about this, she's not in fucking love. You ask a woman to marry you and she's in love, she will jump up and fucking down and she'll hug you and kiss you and fucking scream happy hallelujah. She'll be all over you. If a woman is pulling away, I don't even mean for the marriage thing. That was just an example. Like, if someone likes you, they like you. If someone's not that into you, they're going to, oh, I got to think about it. It means you're someone that they can spend time with, go to dinner with, have sex with once in a while, but they're not into you. They're not in love with you. They're not into you. And they will eventually leave you, and they're seeing other people. The minute a girl pulls this on me, I'm done. I delete the number or I block her. I'm just done. I won't even tell her. I'll just be like, bye. Number two, when she goes quiet, she's not bored. She's just hurting in a place she can't explain. Well, she has either A, communication problems, which are not going to be good for a long-term relationship. Number two, she has an emotional issue that she's not very good at tapping into her emotions and expressing them, which means she needs therapy. I get that people get hurt, maybe they need a day or two, but if it ends up being like a week or a month, I am telling you, that's not healthy. It's toxic. Now, I understand emotions. I deal with emotions. I help people to heal from emotions. But I will tell you something. If she does have this issue, she needs to be in therapy and in communication training to tune into herself, to learn how to express her emotions. Because if you're a partner, you're in a relationship with someone, this is going to cause a lot of problems if she's not communicating. She needs a day or two, fine. But if it happens more than once and it goes longer than that, she needs to be in therapy. Number three, when she asks for small things, she's really asking, will you show up for me? Sounds good, but it's also a test. She's testing you. One thing I tell men is do the same thing back to women. Test them the way that the women test you. So if you get a woman that's constantly testing you, do it to her constantly and don't fucking stop. And the minute she complains, be like, isn't this what you do all the time? Now, I understand this. I got ran over by a car 15 years ago, and I was fucked up for a long time. Not a single fucking person showed up, and it really fucking pissed me off. I cut my family out, all of them. I cut out every friend I fucking had. I got rid of every fucking person. So when I first read that, I thought, that's a pretty smart thing, because what if you need someone and they don't show up? Well, I don't think you should test people. I think just life in general will create the tests and examples and experiences for someone to show you they're either there for you or they're not. And if that's not good enough, move on. Okay, here's my thought. share yours. My thought is someone is like setting you up and doing these things on purpose. They're playing games. Like, I get it if they do it 2 or 3 times or 4 times. Boom. Cool. Awesome. But if they keep fucking doing it, nah, there's an issue. Okay, moving on to number 4. When she gets jealous, it's not control. It's fear of being replaced. Okay, so jealousy in a woman, I believe, is a really healthy thing. If a woman is not jealous of women looking at you, she'll lose interest. So if a woman's jealous of other women trying to talk to you, looking at you, trying to get your attention, that in and of itself is a fairly healthy thing. I'm telling you, if a woman is not worried about you sleeping around with other women, she's not interested. It is a natural caveman era thing, and it's in women's DNA. If they are not fighting to keep you, if they're not working hard to catch your attention, it means she's lost interest. Meaning, if other women are not into you, she's not going to chase. And that's the thing right there. Women need to chase. If they're not chasing you, they're already done. They're going to leave. They're looking for another caveman. You gotta understand, in the caveman era, it was all the way up until around the 1900s when we got the machines, the steam engines, and all that shit. Essentially, before that, women had to work hard to keep their husband, because if another woman, lured him away, she was fucked. She couldn't survive. She couldn't take care of the children. She needed the man. It's in their DNA. Now, here's the funny thing. They're like, well, this is what turns me on, so it must turn a guy on, so they'll start to test you. But when you start actually trying to complete their test, you already failed. And they're like, something's not right here. Because men aren't supposed to be the chasers. Her DNA, her entire mating system, it looks at that like something's wrong here. And it gets turned off. And she looks for another caveman. Do not fucking chase. Alright, number 5. When she overthinks, she's not dramatic. She's fighting battles you can't see. I would say that's pretty true. Some people overthink. That's an issue that they have. They can meditate. They can do therapy. They can do acupuncture. Acupuncture helps a lot. They can do deep tissue massage. They can do deep breathing. They can do yoga, deep, long, like stretching for 20 or 30 minutes combined with deep breathing. It'll help them to relax. They can learn how to stop overthinking. So here's the deal. I've essentially raised my level. If someone has psychological issues that's making me feel miserable, feel like shit, and I'm having to jump through fucking hoops that have nothing to fucking do with me, it's all in their fucking head, guess what? I don't do it. I leave. Fuck them. They need to go to therapy. They need to fix they shit. Do you think they would deal with your shit? Fuck no. All I'm saying is hold women to the standards that women have been holding men to. If they wouldn't date you for overthinking and having problems and assuming things and jumping to wild conclusions, oh, well, I was thinking that you did this or that, then don't deal with them. If they won't do it for you, don't do it for them. And that's essentially it right there. If they're going, oh yeah, I don't date guys like that, then I don't date women like that either. So if they're not willing to be patient with you, it's a one-sided road, is what I'm saying. If they're holding the standard on you and they're not being patient with you, well, you got to apply the standard back. Because otherwise, you're literally dealing with a one-way road here. It's her way or the highway. I do not do one-way roads. That's not fucking reality. You gotta understand, a woman, when she first meets you, she's testing you. She's trying to get you to jump through hoops. She's trying to accuse you of shit you never fucking did. She's trying to hold you to a standard to where you're essentially a dog on a leash. She's gonna make you jump through hoops. She's gonna make you roll over. She's gonna say, sit, doggy, sit. Oh, good doggy. She's gonna pet you. She's training you like a fucking dog. And guess what? They don't respect dogs, and they won't respect you or ever be in love with you if you allow them to train you. That's what I'm saying. See, the ultimate test is, can I turn this guy into my bitch? If she can, you are not fucking worthy to fucking raise her children. Facts. Number 6, when she loves loudly, it's because no one ever loved her gently. My first thought is, I'm not really sure what this means. My second thought is, it looks like or sounds like someone never loved her. How to explain this? Consistently. They weren't really there for her. They, hot and cold. They were there for her when it was fun. They left. So they weren't really there for her. And it wasn't a secure relationship or secure love. It could be mother, could be father, could be family. It could be all of it. Okay, let me actually Google this real quick. So here's what I got already. This phrase describes a person whose intense, demonstrative, and loud way of loving is a direct result of past emotional neglect or trauma where they never experienced a gentle, consistent, or secure love, meaning people that were really there for them. So they kind of fight for love to keep it. Okay, so number 7, when she clings to you after a bad day, she sang, "You're my safe place." This is a really good thing. Now here's the deal. There's more, but there's really 3 ways of actually expressing love. There's visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Visual people need to see it. Auditory people need to hear it. Kinesthetic people need to feel it, which is a hug, holding hands, leaning on each other. If someone hugs you and holds on to you, it's not being clingy. It means they're kinesthetic. Their deep love strategy is kinesthetic. Now, if you don't like for people to hold on to you, hold you in bed, cuddle with you, guess what? You're not kinesthetic. You shouldn't be with that person. If you are with someone that's like that, they absolutely need to be hugged and held on a regular basis consistently in order to know that they're loved. Now here's the deal. If you are not a kinesthetic, if that's not your deep love strategy button that pushes your love button, you're not going to like it. You're going to go, oh, they're clingy, and you're going to tell them, what's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with them. There's different forms of receiving love. Some people absolutely need to see it. Now, kinesthetic people go, oh, so you're one of those money, what do they call women? You're a gold digger. No, it could be a piece, like a torn piece of paper with a pencil that says, I love you, with a smiley face or a heart, and they're going to fucking melt. Visual people isn't just paying for dinner and paying for things. They just need to see it. If they don't see it, they don't believe you love them. It could be a dandelion. Just pick it up, and it's an expression of love. There's the visual expression. There's the auditory expression. Okay, now let's go with the auditory. So auditory is they need to hear it. I love you, or cutie pie, or cute little names, sweetie, or you mean the world to me. Like little cute phrases and names and, things that you have. They need to hear that they're loved. If they don't hear it, they're never going to believe it. You could buy them things, draw cute little images, give them flowers. You could hug them to death. But auditory people need to hear it. My point? We all receive love in the way that we receive it. And if we don't receive it that way, no matter what they do, we're never going to believe that they love us. And we'll say, you don't love me, when you love them with all your heart and soul. The challenge is you need to love them in the way that they receive love, not the way that you receive love. And vice versa. They need to love you in the way that you receive love. All right, number 8. When she chooses you again and again, even when she's tired, that's her love language. Not really sure what that means, but it sounds good. Apparently, if she keeps choosing you, she's in love. And that's what you're looking for. Make sure she's rich too. Trust me, a woman with money, it's always a good thing. That way you know she's not in love with your broke ass for your money. You know what's one of the funniest things? There's a lot of guys that don't make shit for money, or they barely have a pot to piss, and they might be renting a room or something like that of a studio apartment, and they're all like, I don't want her to marry me for my money. And I'm like, dude, you don't got no fucking money, trust me. She's not marrying you for your money. I want you to stop and think right now, if you're not making over $100,000, why the fuck are you so worried that she's marrying you for your money? Trust me. I'm in California, so if you don't make, I'm in the Bay Area, so if you don't make at least $75,000 a year, it's pretty tight. It really is. Unless you and your buddy are renting a 2-bedroom apartment, you're splitting it down the middle, then maybe you got some money to spend. But honestly, renting your own place out here, it's going to be about $3,500, and that's not a very nice apartment. So in a year, that's like 42 grand for the rent alone. So you got a car payment, you got car insurance, you got health insurance, you got to buy food, you got to buy clothes. I am telling you, unless you live in a really cheap place, you better be making about 75 grand or more. And they say in San Francisco, you can't afford to live there unless you make 90 grand. Or you're dirt poor. And let me tell you something. Okay, so let's say you live in the city, you got a cheap place, and you're making about 70 grand a year. You're barely making it, dude. Barely fucking making it. Okay, even in the Bay Area in general. So if you're not making over 70 grand, don't even for a moment think, I don't want her to marry me for my money. It's like, dude, trust me, she's not, because you don't got shit for money. So even if your rent's only $2,500 a month, that's what did I come up with? 25,000. So that's 30,000 in 12 months. So if you're only making 50 grand, like how are you putting food on the table? Like my point being is she's not with you for your money if you're making that kind of money. Now if you've got a house, you've got a halfway paid off, you've got like 100,000 investments, you've got a nice car, you're bringing in about 150 grand a year, yeah, then you're going to have to start worrying. If you're in a smaller city away from the big city, it's a little bit cheaper, you're bringing in about maybe 90 plus grand, yeah, then maybe. My point, if you're not bringing in that kind of money or more, she's not with you for your fucking money, dude. The reason why I say that is because we hear this so much in YouTube, social media. Oh yeah, women are gold diggers. But the problem is, you don't got no fucking gold. You don't. Oh, I make 4 grand a month. Dude, that ain't shit. Even if I were to move an hour inland, dude, I don't even think I could rent a one bedroom. If I go to like the Sacramento area, I don't even think I could rent my own apartment for that much a month. I mean, the apartment won't be that much, but then you got to pay for food, and you got to pay for clothes, you got to pay for gas, you got to pay for car insurance, all that shit. Here's another standard you should raise. Honestly, hold women to the standard. Women now can make more money than men. They can get their doctorate degrees and on and on. You need to date a woman who's got her shit together, who's making at least, if it's in a big city, at least 100 grand or at least 85 grand. If you're in a smaller city, you're away from like I'm in the Bay Area, so if I get an hour away, things do get cheaper. They need to make at least, say, 50 grand a year. I mean, seriously. Hold women accountable. Hold a higher standard. Stop dating women that are broke and fucked up and are going to try to blame you and all. Just get rid of the garbage. Move up. Alright guys, click subscribe, click the like button, go and make a comment, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, buy my book, Cracked Female Code, now. Go to crackedfemalecode.com or mikekollin.com.